Hello, hello. Welcome back to another week. This week I closed with a P&L of 3,900, but took a bunch of heat. Am taking a bunch of heat on open positions due to this particular candle on the Qs. So we'll get into that and everything else that went down this week. All right. So what was I doing this week? For the most part, I was taking a bunch of day trades. My day trades generally went pretty well, but I certainly overtraded across the board. I would start days really green, and then I would keep trading because I'd be overconfident. I get decision-making fatigue, make poor decisions, and lose some gains. So overall, my day trading was up this week, up maybe, I don't know, a few $100s. Could have been a lot more had I followed through with a bunch of my theses, but overall not bad. I'm seeing improvement in where my entries are. Yeah, so we can cover a couple of them. Let's see. Let's go over the bad stuff first. So the bad was on Monday. That was the worst day for me for day trades, where I decided to try and catch a falling knife on Google during a selling day. That was both weak on SPY and Qs and just in general. I was trying to go long below these moving averages. I just kept trying to get to the bottom for absolutely no reason. And I lost just every single trade that I entered. You know, it's just, there is no reason for me to be trading this. It's weak. Market's selling. Why should I go long? But then the rest of the week, I made money on my day trades. Did pretty good, honestly. I will give an example of a good one that could have been a lot better. So Morgan Stanley. So here's the daily chart for Morgan Stanley. And you can see that it's been super strong. It's just buying. And I saw this and I was like, okay, maybe I can take a day trade in here. So I did. I took it a couple times this week, but we'll cover the one on Tuesday, I think. Where's the full screen button? There it is. So this is Tuesday. I entered right in here after I saw this candle hold, and then got out at $1. It ended up running a lot more, as you can see, and I re-entered after it pulled back and held, and I made another couple $100 off that. But this could have been a lot better trade if I had just, added to my position as I saw strength, held runners. Because what is the full move from my original entry? $3. So it could have been literally twice as much had I managed the trade differently. There's another one that I kind of got. Yeah. All about, I really need to work on adding or just letting winners run. One or the other. Maybe both. Choosing when to add, choosing when to let winners run, choosing when to cut things short. Now let's go over some other mistakes that I made. So on Wednesday after hours, we had an ORCL earnings, and I took only one trade on Wednesday, and it was just a 1 minute scalp on ORCL after earnings. Somewhere in here. Where is Wednesday? Alright, so I took this trade. Purely technical. I wasn't listening to the earnings report at all. Entered here, got out there, $200. Super risky. And I say that because the following day, when there was Broadcom earnings, I egoed, and I tried to trade the same thing I did with ORCL while it was selling. I ended up getting caught. Where the fuck is it? I ended up getting caught in this red candle. My limit sell didn't fill. It filled partially. And then I was caught trying to do a limit sell as it was tanking like this. Ended up losing a bunch of money, probably like $300 or so, close to $300, because of the sudden rapid selling that happened. And then the following day, I revenge traded Broadcom stupidly, and lost another $300 or so. Yeah. Where is it? Here. Yeah. Just traded somewhere in here and was not good. But on Friday, I did make a bunch of really great trades on Google that I'm proud of. Sorry for the lines, but yeah, I waited for it to pull back all the way down to here. I saw that it was holding above this 20-day moving average, bought in, made a couple trades in here. Ended up again over trading later in the day. But all the early trades were really great. I was up like $400 on the day, even after the $300 something loss on Broadcom. So I was up like $700 from these Google trades. But then I ended up over trading, getting nickel and dimed by fees and little losses, and ended the day like plus 200 or something. So yeah, and then the bulk of my like closed P&L came from expired premium that I sold, and a lot of them were assignments on puts, and that's where I'm getting my drawdown from. So let's go to a one-day chart. So on Robinhood, I had sold the 125 puts the previous week, somewhere in here. So I got 125, pretty decent support here. You got the 5-day, the 10-day. It's coming up with the 50. But then it came out with news like, oh, we're not seeing as much trading volume. And the market didn't like that and sold a whole bunch. And now I'm holding 200 shares at 125. Or 300? Yeah, 300 shares at 125. Which is all right. I'll probably sell calls at entry or $1 above entry. And the worst one of all is BE. So I'd mentioned that if it holds the support, it's really great. If it doesn't, I might cut my position because this is really painful. And yeah, I'm considering what to do. My cost basis is now like 110 on BE after the assignment. I'm not including the premium that I sold for the assignment. But I also I had 200 shares at a 115 cost basis, and then I have another 200 at 105 now. So that's a 110 average. Yeah, not great. Yeah, that's my biggest drawdown right now. So Monday, I'm trying to figure out whether I should do a caller or just sell call premium only or cut my position entirely. Not sure yet. And I got assigned a couple shares of Intel, which is not a big deal. I think Intel's still in an uptrend. Except for that part. I don't like that part. Yeah, we'll see what happens here on Intel. But yeah, because of this candle on the Qs overall, this has me somewhat concerned. You have a double top. It couldn't get to new highs on the Qs. SPY looks better than the Qs. Like SPY at least hit a new all-time high. But the Qs did not. And we have to see if this recovers or doesn't. And yeah, Monday is going to be all about trying to manage my current positions. I'm still long Google. I really like Google. But it could very realistically pull back all the way to 303 area before continuing. It looks like it's trending to be 303. This would be a decent place to add more if it pulls back here. If it breaks below that, I will be sad. Yeah. I'm not going to get short at this point. I might go more towards cash. But yeah, markets are doing market things. Something that is concerning is Bitcoin is down today. I mean, it is Sunday, sure, but still selling. It's below the 20-day moving average. If it really breaks this, then markets are going to be in for some pain. Hopefully Bitcoin recovers, because the market in general probably will flow a little similarly to what Bitcoin does. I think if Bitcoin has a nice bounce, then markets are also going to have a decent bounce. My last open position I have is MasterCard. I had gotten a long call in here somewhere in November, I think. Somewhere in here. And I held through this big drawdown, and it's since recovered. It had some, I don't know what exactly happened, but had some massive buying recently, which is great. This is a really nice looking candle. I really like this candle. This makes me happy. Maybe I'll add to the position. A lot of the finance stocks seem to be doing really well, like JP Morgan, near all-time highs. Morgan Stanley hit all-time highs this week again. Goldman Sachs, all-time highs as well. They may need to chill a little bit for a little pullback, digest the gains. But yeah, there's been a rotation towards small caps. I don't know. I'm just kind of babbling at this point. Bottom line, I am holding some larger bags right now. Need to figure out how to manage them this coming week. And yeah, we'll see what happens. 10 days till Christmas. 11 days till Christmas. Whether you're trading or you're just holding, good luck. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to a dude babble about his journey. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.